In 1985, Nintendo would create a game so legendary that it would become a pop culture icon, and it would change the face of gaming forever. This game was Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System. In 1988, Nintendo would have another moderately successful release in the name of Super Mario Bros. 2. In 1990, Nintendo would release its final Super Mario Bros. Game for the Nintendo Entertainment System. This is Super Mario Bros. 3, and this game is just as legendary. Super Mario Bros. 3 is probably my favorite game of all time, and for multiple reasons. First off, it reinvented the series. In Super Mario Bros. 1, you could only go from left to right. You couldn't go back at all, you couldn't go up, and you couldn't go down, as in the screen wouldn't switch from up to down. In Super Mario Bros. 2, the screen would switch from up to down or down to up, and you could go left and right. In Super Mario Bros. 3, they added the ability to have the screen go diagonally. Although this doesn't seem like much, this was a big deal for the time. The plot of the game is relatively simple. Mario and Luigi are sent on a mission to rescue the 7 kings of the 7 worlds which neighbor the Mushroom Kingdom. Each of the kings has had his magic wand stolen by one of the Koopa kids, who has turned them into a different type of animal. It's up to Mario and Luigi to enter the 7 worlds, make their way to the Koopa Kids' airship, and take back the wands. However, these attacks are a diversion planned by Bowser to get Mario and Luigi out of the way while he kidnaps the princess. When you start the game, you can choose to have either 1 or 2 players by pressing select at the startup screen. Player 1 will play as Mario, while Player 2 will play as Luigi. You can play the original Mario Bros. Arcade game when Player 1 or Player 2 pick a stage that the other player has already beaten. You can also play this game on the start area in the very beginning of the level. When playing the original Mario Bros. Minigame, what will happen is Player 1 will try and outdo Player 2 by either A, collecting more coins, or trying to get him to die. Whichever player loses goes back a spot on the game board, and then the winner will get to continue with his game. Now, like I said before, the game has an actual map screen when you're picking your levels. When you pick a level, you basically move Mario on the map to the area that you want to play. Now, you can find alternate routes to get through the land faster to make it to the final area and fight the boss, or you can do what I normally do and just play all the levels anyway. While also on the map screen, you can look at your inventory. To look at your inventory, all you have to do is press B. The little bar at the bottom will turn from blue to pink, and then you can look at all the items that you have. To get items, you can either go to a mushroom house, or you can fight against the Hammer Brothers and they'll give you a special item. You can also find 3 magic whistles throughout the game in secret areas. Magic whistles in the game allow the character to basically skip worlds. All you have to do is select the whistle, you'll hear a small tune come in, which is actually a song from the original Zelda game, and Mario can pick one of 3 worlds.
You know, the amount of different vast worlds that you go into throughout the game is unbelievable, from the very first level to the middle levels of being at sea and to ending up having to jump over huge cannon ships, and of course the boss fights at the end. Now, what else can we respect other than just the different background, the settings to the worlds? There's so many different power-ups and bonus stages that will have you biting at the proverbial chomp.
Like James said, there are plenty of levels in this game. There are 8 worlds overall, and they are in order: Grassland, Desertland, Waterland, Giantland, Skyland, Iceland, Pipeland, and finally, Darkland. Another thing about the map screen you'll notice is the levels are actually affected by what's going on that area of the map. For example, if you see a level that's in a small body of water, it's more than likely going to be a water level. Now, also, like James said, there are plenty of power-ups in this game as well. They have the traditional Mushroom and Fire Flower of the original Mario Bros. Game, but they also add some new power-ups, including a leaf that causes Mario to fly and look like a raccoon. There is also a frog suit that causes Mario to swim underwater with ease, a Tanuki suit, which is similar to the leaf, but if you press down and B, Mario will turn into a statue and be invulnerable for a few seconds. And finally, there is also a Hammer Brothers suit, which causes Mario to throw hammers. When you get into the actual gameplay, you're going to feel familiar right away. If you played the first Mario Brothers game, you knew the controls were excellent, and those same excellent controls are in this game. Also, it takes the typical platformer approach in going from left to right. At the very end of the level, you'll come across this black screen area, and there will be a box with pictures rotating in it. You basically hit the box, and a picture of either a star, a mushroom, or a fire flower will show up.
And if you're lucky to get 3 stars in a row, you'll be able to be awarded 5 extra lives. Just some added bonus for being that lucky to get all 3.
If you manage to get 3 fire flowers, you will get 3 lives, and if you manage to get 3 mushrooms, you will get 2 lives. However, if you get a mixed arrangement of all different types, you'll get 1 life. The level design in the game is fantastic, and the game encourages that you go and explore, because most of the time, if you try to fly through the air to find these hidden pipes, you'll be rewarded with power-ups, extra lives, more coins. The game really does have an emphasis on exploration. Now, when you go back to the map screen, you'll notice on the way that you might come along these areas that have a spade in the middle of a white box. The ones that remain still are actually a minigame where you play a slot machine, and you basically try to create a picture of either a star, a mushroom, or a fire flower again. And just like in the end boxes at the end of levels, if you manage to create a star, you'll get 5 lives. If you manage to create a mushroom, you'll get 2 lives, and a fire flower will create 3 lives. Sometimes you'll also come across another spade box, but this time it's moving left and right. This is actually a second minigame, where you flip cards around. You only get 2 chances to make a mistake, but you basically have to try and find all the matches, and some of the matches will actually give you stuff, like you can also find 1-up boxes, ones with coins, and if you manage to get all of the matches, it'll give you another extra life. Now, as far as the difficulty of the game, it's debatable. Personally, I think it's rather easy. I mean, yeah, some of the levels you'll probably die later on, but the game gives you so many chances for 1-ups that it's absolutely insane. You gotta figure you're getting at least an extra life after every 3 levels, and even if you make matches, figure that's either 2 extra lives, 3 extra lives, or 5 extra lives. And not only that, but you're making lives depending on how well you do on the slot machine games or the card flipping games. Not to mention that there are also hidden 1-ups throughout all of the levels. So, I don't think it's that difficult. However, beginners, it could be difficult to them.
And that is what is so great about the game, is it's not unjustly unfair. There is enough spike in the difficulty to keep you coming back for more. And when you combine that with the wonderful world environments, you have a wonderful game that's creative to the core and is a legacy in the history of video gaming. And, well, by way of an apology for a very, very odd Super Mario Bros. 2. So, essentially it is a fantastic game. It's one of the all-time classics in the video game history folder, and deserves no more than 100% approval, and it's one definitely for everyone's video game collections. I have not yet to see the end of the game myself, but I will sometime, and I will find time to muster my way through all of the worlds. But from what I've played, it's been absolutely fantastic.
Just like James said once again, this game is absolutely legendary, and I would even call it perfect. And I'm not a religious man, but if you haven't played this game, chances are you're going to hell. I don't even know why you're watching this review when you should be playing Super Mario Bros. 3. But I know you said that you never got to the end, James, but don't worry about it, because I'm going to do a mini walkthrough for you guys. I'm going to go through all the worlds, I'm going to show you all the key areas, and how to get some pretty useful items like the magic whistles. I'm going to show you some cool tips. But, yeah, stick around for our next part, because I'm going to be going through the game for you guys. So, until you watch next time, that was Satanic Baked Beans. This is IronFury. Take care.